Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. DanJo, the Mysterious here, and welcome to episode 11 of MaGMML3. I think Pumpman is fine? I can't tell. Anyway, 167th place is the level equivalent of an old man rambling at you by Zunzet, with a score of 27.36. 19, 19, 41, 37, 28. With a 5% time penalty. Alright, let's see why the level is called that. I see we got a bit of Plant Man here. Hello, it's me, Dr. Light. I left this message here to inform you about some differences here you may not be aware. Firstly, I will inform you about these things called doors. I know, the fiends. There are multiple types of doors. Orange or yellow doors lead to forward progress, while blue doors lead to somewhat silly things. Two things will damage you if you touch them. Spike balls will hurt you quite a bit. Blue spikes will hurt you quite a lot. Or in other words, kill you. So watch out. There are also secret passageways hidden from view, so keep a close eye on your surroundings. There are some powerful foes up ahead. So stay on your guard. Good luck. Alright, thanks, Dr. Light. Right, I suppose those don't kill you instantly. You must have jumped into space. Okay then. Oh, is that a capsule? Must have been. I might find out what's inside later. Oh, great timing there. At least we know they really don't kill you in this level. So that's good to know. Right. Oh, there he goes again. Alright, you're just gonna bounce around. Alright. Hello, Bee. You're not gonna jump into space like that last one, are you? Apparently not, since I didn't even let you jump. Close one. There are lots of these things. Wait. What do you mean I can't slide under it? That's strange. Okay then. Oh wait. You're not an enemy. Hello and welcome to Ice Cream Parley. We serve all kinds and serve all kinds as well. Yes, so I'd like to have an order of all kinds. I suppose you're not an enemy either. I dare expose it. After cruelly studying for educational purposes, it is quite delightful to acquire some ice cream from this here quaint, prepossessing ice cream parlor. Okay. Oh, sorry, sir. Please wait a minute while I serve the other customers. Will do, Splash Woman. I have been waiting for at least 30 minutes, and I'm about to go crazy if I don't get my vanilla chocolate sundae soon! Myself, calm down. You'll come when the time comes. If you go crazy like that, we'll make the ice cream take longer, so, don't have a cow, man. Yeah, don't have a cow, man. How dare they not want me? I will make them utterly pay after my lunch break. And after I finish my shift here. And the bar mitzvah for Sheep Man. Yeah, you do that. This is the Tadpole bin. We use these to make the ice cream. We try to make them feel cool, temperature-wise. They are not cool at all about being turned to ice cream. Also, we'll find you if you destroy them. Well, it's the only way to progress, so... Screw it, I'll destroy them anyway! And you don't seem to mind at all. Good. Oh, music change? Okay. Oh! Must be a shortcut. Also me. And a Yasichi. Me Yasichi. Yasichi for me! Okay. Another checkpoint. Good to know. Now watch out for the machine gun, Joe. And spikes. Careful now. There we go. An M-Tank and another token. Hello! 3 machine gun Joes and this mini-boss. This can be interesting. I was doing so well and not getting hit during that mini-boss fight. Oh well. Thanks for getting this far. The monitors over there will give you context for the level equivalent of an old man rambling at you. Warning, it's long. Okay. Gotta get rid of these Susies first. Alright, let's read them. Let me tell you the story of how I survived alone in the deadly country known as Notvietam. I was sent by the government to take out an entire base by myself. The things I had with me was my gun, my wits, and a large arsenal of weapons that can regenerate bullets. Practically helpless, I wandered those jungles with crazy Joes jumping into the shadows, and grenades with legs. Legs, I tell you! Who knows what other things they were made? Grenades with knives! Knives with grenades! Guns that shoot grenades knives! Guns that can be confused as grenades! Grenades that can double as pens? They were madmen, but unfortunately for them, I was a madman made for medic! Anyway, they tried to pepper the entryways with glorified plungers, but when you face me, there are only 2 outcomes. I kill you, or I tell you a story. And let me tell you something. It sure as hell was nap time. I entered that cave and I felt myself an ambush happening. A cold, uninviting ambush. Like that ice cream parlor I went to the other day. I'm guessing there's more. I was there just for a console Sunday on a console Sunday, as one can do. I was greeted by a very nice lady who was fantastic to talk to, but here's the problem, boy. I walked into that darn ice cream parlor and walked right up to the counter and asked for the aforementioned sundae. And you know what she said to me? I'm sorry, sir. Please wait a minute while I serve the other customers. That minute was 20 fun-having minutes. I was waiting forever. A man beside mine agreed. He almost lost his cardinal side-hopping mind. I tell you, they don't make decency like they used to. Couldn't even walk into the back room without getting yelled at. When I was a boy, they just let you in the cold freezer all you want. The only thing you ought to be was good. Bees. The bees. I cave nightmares, boy. They haunt me. The bees. The bees! The bees! The bees! Find that bees! I bees! Override my bees! Bees everywhere! Down in my brain, a harvest break from mind control. The bees. Then I climbed some stairs. I don't like stairs. At which I found the biggest pie with the biggest gun. I tell you, boy, it smelled like bones there. Then you could sewage and dead condos that looked like a toy for babies. But you know what, boy? It was almost too easy. Are you still paying attention, boy? Don't make throw you like I did your sister. Down some stairs, like I was. Well, that was long. Anyway. Oh, here's that old man himself. You gonna do anything, my man? Well done. I guess not. Well, just had to make sure. Alright, time to put you out of your misery. I like how those tiles make that frowny face. Well, that was that. Oh yeah, I forgot I have the capsule, right. Let's see what's in it. Mega Man Volnut, legendary digger from a far-flung future. A plushie worth reaching the moon to own. If only he left the moon. Did he? I guess we'll never know. Since there's no Mega Man Legends 3 still. Even to this very day. There was going to be one, but it had to be cancelled in one of the darkest days of being a Mega Man fan, you know? Anyway, I gotta get another energy element, so, yeah. Let's go back to the ice cream parlor, shall we? Okay, jump around and avoid my shots, why don't you? Alrighty. Let's go back in. After I okay, just had to make sure if there's anything up there. There isn't. Hello there again. Sorry, has to shoot that quote-unquote ice cream maker again. Alright, let's go down this time. Oh. Those A's contain bees. Lots and lots of bees. It's a nightmare's bar. I took care of them no problem. Despite taking a few hits. Okay, let's go over here. Another Yusichi? Why hello! It appears you just came from a room with an excessive amount of bees. Perhaps you found the amount of bees lacking. Perhaps you would like to fight even more bees. If you so desire, you can continue up the ladder to fight 2 mini-bosses, followed by 2 bosses who are in the shape of bees. If not, continue to the right and play the level like normal. Well, I'm curious, and I will fight those 2 mini-bosses and bosses that you say are in the next few rooms. Alright. Ah, I've faced you before not too long ago. Now there are 2 of them. Okay then. Those rings are slowly catching up to me. I won't let them. Yeah, you stay over there. Hello to Hornet men. Wonder how this is gonna play out. Oh dear. If you thought those bees in the other room were bad, oh jeez. Well, that was overwhelming. Alright. Time to face you guys again. You're facing the wrong way, damn it. Are you watching the paint dry? So I just realized that as soon as you shoot all those rings that the mini-boss shoots out, they'll hop towards the other side, I believe. So yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Alright. How do you properly avoid them, though? I'm sure I can figure this out, right? Because this is not working. Here we go again. Yeah, you two have a little chat. While I destroy your precious friend. Yes. Alright. Third time's the charm. I love how the other Hornet man is just a palette swap. And so are his bees. Or are they Hornets? It doesn't matter to me. And I died. Again. Okay. Okay, that will work wonders. I have to speed things along, you know. Come on. Gotta defeat at least one of you. Just make things a bit easier. Oh, man. Trying to defeat 2 Hornet men is overwhelming. I have just about enough of fighting you Buster only. I have to find your weakness. Gotta be something. I mean, at least I've blown the bees away. Or Hornets. And it dealt some more damage. Too bad I only have 4 uses. It's a good thing there are weapon refills every time you die. Or come over here the first time. Now then, let's see if this works. Nope. Oh. Ice Wall seems to do the trick. Doesn't feel as versatile to use though, since I keep getting hit by bees. Like that. This is gonna take up the majority of my recording. Now then. Shoot over. Thing is that I still have to worry about the bees while I use the ice wall. The ice wall seems to be a weakness for these Hornet men, since it's dealing more damage than the other weapons I have used so far. How many times have I died to those guys? I lost count. Maybe... I'm guessing 6 times. Alright, I'll have to quickly destroy at least one of you. This is really starting to get on my nerves. Come on now. Oh my gosh. Well, still gotta take you guys out. Now let's try this again. Maybe this can work? It should take care of the bees a bit easier. Only now, I ran out of weapon energy for the spark chaser. That's just fantastic. We can take you guys out easily. I know that for sure. Okay, let's try this one more time. Yep, I ran out again. Okay. You know what? I am done playing nice. This time it's personal. And while I'm at it, may as well try the break dash. Haven't used that on you yet. I figure it doesn't do as much damage. Time to use another E-Tank. Now it's time to finish one of you off with the ice wall. Okay. Now it should be a lot more manageable. One Hornet man is already enough. Thank you very much. Okay, got all the energy elements and all the trickster tokens. But before I go to the judge comments, I want to see what the other route is about. And that rhymes. Anyway, time to speed things along to try and get to that other route. Bye-bye. using Tornado Blow just to get rid of one bee. At least it did the trick. I think I use more of those weapons every now and then. Especially if I'm replaying the level. Alright. Time to go down once more. Hello again, bees. Or hornets. Or wherever the heck you guys are. Doesn't matter to me. Alright. To the right door. Watch out for spikes. I know they don't really kill me instantly, but still. The blue spikes do. In case that wasn't clear already. Z. That... It seems to lead me back here. Okay then. Oh. Time to face you once again, old man. Bye-bye. Okay, so that was the other route. Now we can get to the judge comments. I don't remember any old man rambles coming with ominous theme music. Same with the songs for ice cream parlors in the jungle. I also don't remember any actual difference between orange and blue doors, as both of them lead to level progress considering there's multiple energy elements. Kinda sideswiped the concept there. Most of what I do remember is a poorly built level. Machine Gun Joe jumps off screen a lot, and Walking Bomb isn't nearly as prominent as the completely skippable Ramble suggests. There's plenty of bees, however. Entirely too many bees. What even was that nonsense anyway? Top it off with a dull attempt at a joke boss, and Hornet Man struggling to function in duplicate. And we've got a level I rather didn't enjoy. There are two pieces that deserve credit, at least. The fact that damage spikes versus kill spikes are actually explained and telegraphed, and the token challenges are mildly interesting. Doesn't make up for the rest of the level, but they warrant recognition nonetheless. Yep. What? No, seriously, what was that? I can't even really talk about this, because there's almost nothing here worth bringing up that isn't immediately obvious from just looking at the level itself. The double Hornet Man fight is the only thing I can really think of that warrants any kind of mention. Mostly because of how frustrating it is unless you abuse Tornado Blow. Other than that, I'm not even sure what else to say here. Even that context at the end doesn't help explain this level much. If anything, it only raises more questions. Angry Grandpa! Well, that was a stage, I guess. The old man joke boss was pretty funny, but the rest of the level... it's just there.
A very bare-bones level with nothing really much standing out in terms of design. Even the Joe at the beginning just jumps off screen if you wait long enough. He doesn't want to get involved here. A joke boss fight alone is not going to be enough to get the level a high score, pal. The titling could use some work too. Never mind the fact Napalm Man's tile set is kinda overused. Wait, why are there hidden paths inside the walls now? When it's not about the old man, the other half of the level devolves into bees funny, right guys? The bee jokes have gone so out of control that there are now 2 Hornet men. That's not a good prize. Needless to say, the fight is pretty unreasonable and unfun. That I can agree with.
Back in my day, we made levels that made sense. Context? We gave players context right away, or left hints everywhere. Anyone who hid their content in a secret room or at the end of the level was fed to the sharks. You better believe we had sharks! Big sharks all over the place, in sock drawers, everywhere. Just like the power-ups here. Kids these days think E-tanks only grow on trees. They don't. Only little health refills do. Which reminds me, if you're going to use flower and spike tiles, make sure they match the background. You can't decorate a bunch of collision objects and call it a level. A level should have a deliberate sense of style, with tidy architecture and a sensible layout and polished text. Before I was a freelance garlic salesman, I was a llama photographer, so I know a thing or two about aesthetics.
Right.
And you can't throw music tracks around all willy-nilly and call it a soundtrack. When I was your age, we only had one Hornet man, and that was already more than some of us could handle. Back then, we had to walk 20 screens uphill to the only boss chamber in the whole level. And there were no secret passages dropping us off who knows where. We almost never heard from Dr. Light unless we were stuck on an asteroid hurtling towards the sun. And that was mostly for flavor. We learned everything the hard way, through good level design. Did I ever tell you about the time I found bees in my tadpole eggs? Or the time someone left call drops on the stairs? Those were pretty good stories. Well, I need to rest my eyes for a bit. Be a dear and get me some ice cream, would you? I don't mind if it's nutty, but it has to be layered right so it doesn't look like it's entirely nuts.
I'm in a mood for some ice cream myself, actually. So most time in this stage is spent reading signs. They say comedy is subjective, but the stage amounts to bees expect a chuckle. People just skip your pages and pages of funny dialogue. Not a word. What's this? A judge doesn't find a comedy about bees to make a good level? My chest cavity full of bees ought to put a stop to that. No, it won't. Adding more bees doesn't suddenly make it funny.
Oh, I agree. Bees are not funny. So that's why I've brought Hornets.
Bee-Man, Hornet Man, whatever. They're the same to me, damn it. You even fight the same too. Oh wait. I remember this! This is Dr. Wily's old red UFO! Back when we first fought! It's rusted shut, and it looks like it's inoperable. Oh well, blue was always a better color for it. That it does, Mega Man, that it does. Number 167. The level equivalent of an old man rambling at you by Sunset.
Back in my day, we didn't encounter the bees in these here video games. We would go outside and look at the bees. But we mustn't get too close and bother them too much, lest we be in a risk of getting stung by them. What about that ice cream? Last time I checked, it was made of milk, sugar, and all that other stuff, not tadpole eggs. who would eat ice cream made of tadpole eggs these days? And don't get me started on how people tell stories. When I was your age, if we wanted to hear a story, we'd do that face to face. You youngins and your blasted technology ruin what makes interacting with people so that's not fun in the first place. I tell you, people don't have any decency like they used to. Okay, I'll stop doing that now. Yes, when I think of a level name, the level equivalent of an old man rambling at you, I think of bees, flowers, armored men with machine guns, spikes, robots with one eye, collectibles handed out all willy-nilly, bees, grenades with legs, robots served as customers and employees, ice cream made of tadpole eggs, a really big guy with a really big turret, bees, an actual old man rambling on and on through monitors rather than coming over there personally to let you with a long story. Oh yeah, and Hornets. In terms of actual criticism, I find Dr. Light's advice on spikes to be real helpful here. You even differentiate which of them damage or kill the player by not only their color, but also by their looks. That's a plus from me. What's not so helpful from Dr. Light though are those fiends he would call doors. But we'll get to those later, because on the topic of spikes, jumping over them to get to the first Trickster token feels rather easy, Machine Gun Joe notwithstanding. But then there's the last spike. If someone, like me, wants to get the token buster only, shouldn't you take the platform above the player and raise it up a bit? Because this makes players want to take damage and take advantage of the invincibility frames to go over it. Or, if they're that worried about not taking damage, they could use Magnet Beam or Break Dash instead. Although it is a good thing that it's just a spike ball that's not insta-kill in this level, otherwise it would make grabbing that token inconvenient. Not to mention that there are lots of octopus batteries and machine gun Joes, with the latter either make fighting them feel claustrophobic, or they'd rather be elsewhere. Probably to get some ice cream. Speaking of ice cream, you would think that Seal is another enemy to take out, but no, it's just an NPC inviting you to this ice cream parley, as he would call it. Inside, there is a bird named Bird Rainerson and Gemini men serving as customers, with Splash Woman as the waitress, as well as Cowman and a polar bear serving their purpose too. Interesting concept, but I'm confused when it comes to the making of this ice cream. I get wanting milk and having it frozen and all that, but why are tadpole eggs necessary to even make the... you know what? I don't want to know. What matters is needing to destroy those eggs to progress. Fines be damned. What happens when we go down this tadpole bin? Bees. Lots and lots and lots of bees. Oh, you thought just one bee you faced was enough? Nah, son. That's only the beginning of this bee-apocalypse. Because after a threshold of tadpole eggs filled with bees is a bee mini-boss. After fighting that, you are given one of two doors to enter. Let's start with the orange door. You would have to go up what looks like stairs with spikes on them while fighting or avoiding more machine gun Joes, one of which tries to go for a sneak attack. That sneaky little devil. And for good measure, a random walking bomb. There's also this one segment where you're given the option to carefully maneuver through the path of spikes to get an M-Tank, along with another token. Unlike the spike balls in this level, these instantly kill you, as Dr. Light stated before. A neat challenge if it weren't so easy. But a more interesting challenge to overcome is this giant Met cannon, with 3 Joes shooting directly ahead. I actually do like having to avoid both the bullets the Joes fire and the cannon's giant projectiles. I find that to be the big highlight of this level, believe it or not. Though it is made easier just by destroying the 2 out of 3 Joes with Laser Trident. After that, though, we have to get to, well, more octopus batteries, first of all.
but also the context of why this level is named the way it is. Basically, it's the old man rambling at you about things you encountered before. Joes, grenades, the ice cream parlor, bees, stairs, and it all took place in not Vietnam. That was a close one. Real subtle there. You know, instead of having players the option to either read the monitors of the old man rambling or completely skip them, how about you save that rambling for the boss fight with the old man himself? And better yet, while he's in the middle of his ramble, you can give players the option to defeat the guy in one shot just to shut him up. Now that would be hilarious. But no, we get monitors. Okay, so what's in the blue door then? Well, as another monitor suggests, it contains two of those bee mini bosses that were previously faced, and Hornet men. Yes, Hornet men. Two of them. The two mini bosses are manageable enough to defeat, even more so with the Spark Chaser. But trying to defeat two Hornet men at once is a nightmarish task, even with their weakness weapon, the Ice Wall. Makes sense, really. The bees were probably about to be turned into ice cream, too. Still, one Hornet man is enough of a challenge as is. We don't need another one to fight. At least it has the decency to give you energy replenishments before facing them. Otherwise, it would have been even more of a nightmare. May I remind you of what's not so helpful about those doors Dr. Light mentioned? First of all, there's a shortcut before you even reach those doors, making the majority of what lies beyond the orange door meaningless, aka skipping out on climbing those stairs. It's like the old man hasn't noticed that there was a secret exit out of this freezer or something. But even without taking that into account, how could the orange door lead to forward progress, aka gain the energy element, when the blue door also leads to forward progress? When it comes to the orange door, did you mean forward progress as in leading players to the main story or the context of what the level showcased? If that's the case, you may as well instead give players who enter the blue door a trickster token after defeating the dreaded Hornet Man duo and transport them either back to the fork of the road where the mini-boss was, or at the start of the orange door's path, because whatever was lying behind the blue door was not silly, or even somewhat silly. It's just frustrating. You know, that leads us to the main issue at hand. It seems you were trying to make a funny premise for a level in your head first, and actually designing your level second. Now, let's take Gutsman's Asteroid for instance, a MaGMML2 level made by a MaGMML3 contest judge. The premise for it is funny, yes, but it also has good level design to back that up, even with its flaws. This level, on the other hand, tried to be funny, but at the cost of good level design, even if it has its moments, like the aforementioned mini-boss fight with the giant metal cannon. This could have been good, it really could have, but it just blew it. Like a grenade that could double as a pen. May as well take hearing an old man ramble at me while waiting for an ice cream sundae in an ice cream parlor over dealing with those stinking bees, or hornets, or whatever, any day of the week. Oh no. They're here. And it looks like they're angry! Get away! Get away!
What did I tell you about those bees, boy? Oh well, while it's getting kicked by those things, I may as well give you a scoring rubric. The level equivalent of an old man rambling at you made by a sunset gets an overall score of... Now get out of here, you gosh darn bees! Aye. 93 out of 100. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta rest my eyes a bit. Keep out of my property, would you?
I think I lost them.
Okay. Time for me to show you my scoring room edits already shown on screen. Looks like someone already did my job for me. Thanks for that. Now then. This has been DanJo the Mysterious, and let's hope the next level has less of those things. Until we meet again,